So the main areas of trouble with adults who have ADHD are, again, this high attentional threshold. This makes them what I call world-class procrastinators. I'm not just talking about normal procrastination. Most people don't like to do things that are not interesting to them. But people who have ADHD take that to a whole nother level. That they will continually put things off and put things off. And as a result, everybody gets angry with them. Why do they do this? Why would they continue to behave in a way that constantly gets them into trouble? Well, I want to remind you again about the attentional threshold. What I think is going on is that the adult who is, let's say, working, has a job to do, has a deadline approaching on a project, puts that project off because it's not interesting. It's below their attentional threshold. But as the deadline approaches and that anxiety to get it done builds, guess what? It's getting closer and closer to their attentional threshold until, boom, they reach their attentional threshold and they get it done. They get it done very rapidly, not as well as if they had applied themselves, but they get it done and then they collapse until the next project. And they go through this over and over and over again. It's almost like they never learn. What they don't realize is that they are attempting to compensate for a disability that many times they don't even know they have. They also are guilty of having what I consider to be more than the normal unfinished projects lying around. Sometimes I can drive around my neighborhood and I can tell, looking at how many half-finished jobs there are in the yard, who has ADHD and who doesn't. You'll find a car is off to the side that needs work. Maybe half the house has been painted. You'll find other kinds of jobs. I can't imagine what it must be like inside their houses. But why do they do this? This seems like a very uncomfortable way to live. I believe the reason they do it is because when they get involved in a new project, an adult with ADHD gets very excited. And they say, yeah, I want to do that. I want to get that done. And they get into it very quickly. Only what happens? Eventually, that new project, which is interesting and over their attentional threshold, slowly becomes an old project and drops below their attentional threshold. What's their solution? Drop it and find a new project, because that's going to be up over that attentional threshold. And they'll do this repeatedly. So that's why you look at their desks. There are all kinds of things that they need to get to that are only half done. You look at their houses, it's the same thing. It's the same process. They want to do these things. They're interested initially, but then they get bored. And they want to find something new. So they have poor follow-through as a result. They don't stay with projects and suffer tremendously as a result.